In this video, I tag along with my friend as he replaces the air springs in his '02 Lincoln Towncar with coil springs. We do this repair on the side of the road parked right in front of his house. With the air ride compromised, the car is too low for the floor jack to go in, so he had to get out the scissor jack and get it up high enough that he could fit the floor jack under before we could secure the car on jack stands and remove the tires.
It was good and blown out to begin with, but now that the air compressor, it would still air up and be drivable for short periods at a time. But now that the air compressor's exploded, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
Man, this is pretty sketchy to do this right here in the street.
What? There's nothing wrong with working in the street.
It's sometimes you do what you gotta do. Just I watched that car, I had to like hug the curb to get through.
No, this is good.
Alright.
So do you leave the airbags in place when you do this?
Nope, the airbags come completely out.
Okay.
And they're literally they're held in with this guy. There is a little metal clip up here.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. That's all that holds it in.
Interesting.
So now that that's out, I can risk my life. Climb up underneath it.
No way, these are 3-ton jack stands under a
Fucking Lincoln.
a 5.5 ton Lincoln or whatever.
And I need to swing my legs over so they don't get run over. There's a little plastic clip underneath this in the bottom that holds the bottom of the airbag. I may have to. There it goes. That's now airbag has a little solenoid. So this will turn 1/4 turn.
Oops, that is me.
There's a metal clip off of it. In theory, now this should move 1/4 turn and then pull out some, and then 1/4 turn more, and pull out the rest of the way. And now we have removed the old air spring.
Cool. These cars.
And you can see just the kind of condition the spring was in. All this cracks and dry rotting in the rubber.
Yeah.
But that's what supports the rear end of a Lincoln.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Now I can go over to the other side and do it over there. Fucking exhaust. I was wondering why in the videos they always show the other side.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Easy peasy. Would you want to hold it on there and I can give it a little kick from my side?
Maybe so. Let's see if I can get my ass under here.
Let me try pushing real quick.
There we go. Good job, man. I don't know what you are, but you look like you would sting me. Nice and greasy. Good stuff there. On this one, what's that noise?
I think it's the shock retracting. Yeah, oh, the shock is leaking. Your shock is fucked, bruh. It's leaking on my side.
Well, that's good news. It's dripping down.
Yeah, it's slow. It's almost, I can't even see it from the angle of my camera yet. There we go, now it's dripping.
Great.
It's about to start leaking on you. So we are trying to be safe. We put the tires underneath the bumper. And it's on jack stands.
We should probably come in a little bit further.
Put it under the bumper pan there. Yeah, this is the unboxing, bros. That's some cool silhouette lighting here. Nice.
See, there's right here is some print, and I'm gonna assume that that means that's the top and the bottom, but I can't tell a real difference either way. Now that won't fit on there, so that tells me that this spring is going to sit directly on the axle, and then this piece is going to go up here on the top and poke that air solenoid back in. So that's going to be the little rubber buffer for that part.
It's pretty close, like an inch away or something.
Maybe.
Let me see. Maybe I can help.
You pull down on that axle.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try a little bit of this motion. Does that give you anything?
We are seated. So now that that's done.
So you don't need an isolator on the bottom?
Nope. Just that.
Cool.
Now we need to jack it up right here. Enough that I can get that shock bolt back through.
Alrighty. We're gonna save the shocks for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cause
They will be replaced because they are shot to hell, but
it's nighttime.
it ain't getting no warmer out here. We're doing this in January.
A Texas January.
Yeah, we didn't have to tell people it's Texas. Hey, you know what? A week and a half ago it was 4 degrees outside, so yeah. A little more. Alright, that's even. That should be enough stank on it to hold it in place.
Had to put a backing wrench on this one because it was spinning.
Tweak my light. Sorry. Alright, you want to try and...
Step on this side.
Yeah, keep going. A little further. About a ½ inch more. I gotta put some extra weight to it. Almost there. Should be good. Now we just need to jack this back up so I can get this shock back through. Get the wheels back on and get it off the stands, and we're done for the night. What did I do with that ratchet?
Well, I moved it. I didn't want you to know where it was.
Not sure even with the springs on if that bumper will sit too low.
Yeah. You want to rotate them?
No. Well, at least on this side, with the brake caliper leaking a little, Everything's nice and lubed up.
Yeah.
It goes back on nice and smooth.
A little grimy. Yeah, that's how you make homemade anti-seize.
Yeah.
I hear.
Alright, you clear? Yep. Real slow and easy. Right here is a switch. And you want to turn that to the off position and press it down before you get started. Because generally, when this type of repair is being done, it's not because the air compressor exploded, like in my case. People are usually just trying to replace a leaking bag. And so, you want that air compressor shut off so that those bags aren't full of air pressure when you go to take them off. I mean, those solenoids can literally come flying off there. There's a pretty high PSI that those run on. So even before you try and get that air spring out, you want to bleed the air out of the system and deflate the airbag before you try and get it out of there, because they can kind of blow apart on you.
Ooh. Can we look at your blown up air compressor?
Certainly. The air compressor that powers everything sits down in here, and you can see how rusted out and corroded everything was in there. With the spring sat inside there with this cap on it, as so, and then the air line feeding into it. And I guess condensation got in the air lines and had frozen solid, so the compressor kept running and building up pressure but couldn't force it through. So I guess it just built up enough pressure at the compressor that this whole thing just exploded. When I popped the hood and found it, it was all blown open, and back here it sounded like a bomb went off under the hood of the car. Scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But now, as long as that switch is turned off, this won't try and come on or be a problem for me anymore. I may have an air suspension indicator light that stays on in the dash now, but I'm not very concerned with that. It won't affect it passing any kind of inspection or anything like that. With the ride height's definitely up a lot higher than it was, but I'll assume it'll settle in some. Bring your light down so you can see the gap between the wheel and the fender well, where that fender was actually hanging over the top of the wheel before. Now you've got several inches of clearance in there. But with most springs, they will settle in a bit, so I'm assuming it'll come down some over time. Well, and another thing too is all the how-to videos you find on this are all done by mechanics in a shop, not regular jerk-offs on the side of the road.
Okay.
So there is that option.
Yeah.
So maybe it won't be as scary for people to try and do it on their own. At the same time, put in the disclaimer that we are not professionals, nor do we recommend you are the one that does this if you have not done it before, because you don't want to get the shit suit out of you for telling someone to do this.
At least for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, right.